Ever wondered if someone you know might have psychopathic tendencies? The truth is, psychopaths aren't just movie villains. They walk among us, often undetected. Today, we're diving into 8 bizarre behaviors that psychology experts have linked to psychopathy. Number 6 is something you might witness every day without realizing its true significance. Behavior number 1, the stare that makes you squirm. Have you ever met someone whose eye contact felt a little too intense? Psychopaths often have what researchers call a predatory gaze, a prolonged, unblinking stare that feels unnervingly empty or calculating. This isn't your normal eye contact. It's more like being watched by someone who's studying you rather than connecting with you. This unusual staring pattern likely stems from their reduced emotional response. They're observing you the way most people might observe an interesting object, not a fellow human with feelings. Behavior number 2, bizarre sleep patterns. This one flies under the radar, but research has shown that many psychopaths have distinctly unusual sleep habits. They often need less sleep than average, may not show typical REM patterns, and rarely report having dreams. Some studies suggest they don't experience the normal sleep disturbances after traumatic events that most people do. It's as if their brains are wired differently, even in unconscious states. If someone you know regularly functions perfectly fine on just a few hours of sleep and never seems tired, it could be one small piece of a larger puzzle. Behavior number 3, collecting people through excessive charm. We all know naturally charismatic people, but psychopaths take charm to a strategic level. They don't just make friends, they collect useful people. Watch for someone who can turn their charm on and off like a switch depending on who's in the room. They'll be incredibly engaging with people who have something they want, while completely ignoring those they deem useless. This selective charm isn't a genuine connection. It's a tool they deploy with remarkable precision to build a network of people they can leverage later. Behavior number 4, the inappropriate smile. One of the most unsettling behaviors is what psychologists call the duper's delight, a brief flash of a smile at inappropriate moments, especially when they've manipulated someone or gotten away with something. It's a micro expression of pleasure that appears briefly when they've successfully deceived others. You might catch this smile when they have told a lie, manipulated a situation, or even when someone else is describing a painful experience. It's their mask slipping for just a moment, revealing the satisfaction underneath. Behavior number 5, bizarre reactions to disturbing content. While most people have natural emotional responses to disturbing images or stories, like wincing at violence or feeling sadness at tragedy, psychopaths often show completely inappropriate reactions. They might seem bored by content that horrifies others, or conversely be fascinated by things most find disturbing. Researchers have found that when shown upsetting images, psychopaths don't exhibit the normal physiological responses like changes in heart rate or skin conductance that the rest of us do. Their brains simply process this information differently. Behavior number 6, the personal history that keeps changing. Pay close attention to people whose backstories seem to shift depending on who they're talking to. Psychopaths are master storytellers who modify their personal histories to appeal to different audiences. They might tell you they grew up poor when trying to relate to your struggles, then casually mention their privileged upbringing to someone else. These aren't just minor inconsistencies, where they're completely different narratives tailored to manipulate specific people. If you start noticing significant contradictions in someone's life story, your instincts might be picking up on something. Behavior number 8, calculated risk-taking. That defies logic. There's a difference between normal thrill-seeking and the kind of calculated risk-taking psychopaths engage in. Now, they'll often take risks that seem completely illogical to others, not for the adrenaline rush, but because they genuinely don't experience fear the way most people do. Brain imaging studies have shown reduced activity in the amygdala, the brain's fear center, in psychopaths. This might manifest as driving at dangerous speeds, engaging in high-stakes gambling, or making business decisions that risk everything on a slim chance of massive gain. The key difference is the cold calculation behind it, rather than emotional impulsivity. So, what should you do if you recognize several of these traits in someone you know? First, remember that these behaviors exist on a spectrum, and having one or two doesn't make someone a psychopath. Many of these traits can also appear in other conditions or even in neurotypical people under stress. However, if you notice a consistent pattern of these behaviors, especially if they're combined with manipulation, lack of empathy, or exploitative relationships, it's worth paying attention to your instincts. The best protection is maintaining your healthy boundaries and being cautious about becoming deeply involved with someone who displays many of these traits. Have you encountered someone who showed these behaviors? Drop a comment below sharing your experience. Your insight might help others recognize similar patterns in their own lives. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content that explores the hidden aspects of human psychology and behavior. Until next time, stay curious and keep those boundaries strong.